something a bit bigger going on here.
Reform, he's an idiot, and I don't want to talk to him, bro. That it's clearly fake. Whatever his name is, trying to convince him that his trash video is real. I don't want to talk to that guy, bro. It's fake. It's obviously fake. No, the reason is because that stupid idiot Reefwon had the worst proof ever for his hacking accusations.
Show us the meowing. You accept that the interview was real?
That the Reefwon interview was real? I don't know. I don't think it matters. I don't care if it's real.
Danger Marlowe finally responded in their own Discord, denying all of the allegations against them. Instead of quickly clearing up anything, or providing any evidence the allegations are false to even their own staff team, they claim to be working on a video addressing everything. That went great last time, and I'm sure this video will be the same. Not only that, they fall back on the previous video, which actually did not debunk any of the previous allegations, instead just painting the accusers as malicious individuals. They claim they were impersonated and say they will address the origin of how everything was obtained. This is interesting, since they could not do this when their own admins asked them to do so. Something of importance to note here is that there is no included voice message of them singing Do Re Mi.
Hold on, Marlo, can you just do it like maybe a very long law that ends in literally the highest, like turn it into a squeak at the end. Like, just start it in normal, maybe start at a low voice, turn it into a squeak at the end. I can model it if you'd like.
Bah. Bah.
We will take a look at how we know these are the same individuals and also expose those attempting to cover up their involvement. Let's take a look at this YouTube channel. This channel focuses on a server called Purity Vanilla, a server both Marlowe and Danger Mario were avid players of. In fact, Danger Mario is featured on this channel. Let's join their public Discord server. They then ping the deleted user. The owner of the server then says, "Don't ping Danger Mario," and we see a response from this deleted user. If we go back a few months, this same user asks to recruit. Luckily, 5 minutes later, exactly, Marlowe shows up to come save the day. 4 of the 5 tier list admins have all come out and said definitively that Danger Mario is Marlowe. The only person that has not is Rai, the person put in charge of the tier list by Danger Mario himself. Originally, I was going to show why the Telegram DMs must be real, but if you just read this announcement, you can see for yourself.
2 hours later.
Okay, so literally hours after the PvP rank staff decided to part ways with the tier list because they would not ban Marlowe, Rai decides to ban Marlowe due to the backlash from the community. Now, if we actually read his message, he's really not condemning her at, I don't know why I said her, he's not condemning them at all, in the slightest, and he opens up the door for them to appeal. If he was truly being impartial and seeing all the evidence he has, which is undeniable, why would he do that? Okay, now that we've established some connection between these two individuals, let's take a look at Danger Mario's closest friend, Hyde Extra Large Fries. As we can see from the Telegram DMs, these two were buddies who ended up meeting up in California a while ago. People covering this topic now, and people who will cover this scandal in a few years, will not mention this, but the Danger Mario Hyde XL relationship seems to have some defining homoerotic characteristics. This is Hyde XL's old identity, White Ducker 007. This player was known in the community for a variety of reasons, and was an interesting character. Another interesting thing about him is how similar his speech patterns are to our favorite Mace player, Rapture.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Both Hyde Extra Large Fries and Rapture love talking about the proficiency with the business software Airtable, and were both taught by their fathers on how to use it. To clarify, this is the same person. They have the same skin, same speech patterns, same personality, and of course are literally the only people in these servers to mention the software Airtable, much less how their dad is the one who taught them. Rapture was also heavily protected by Marlowe when they were considering banning him from the tier list. In my previous video, when I recorded and showed Marlo proof of Rapture using a fake voice and being unsavory, I was immediately kicked from the group chat. Why would Marlo protect an individual like this if they were not Danger Mario? Okay, now that we've established that Rapture was aware of Danger Mario and the entire Marlo plot, let's take a look at Jai Guy, who claimed to have no involvement whatsoever. To start off, he fully denies the validity of the Marlo files, something obviously an innocent person would not do. From there, he completely understates his involvement with Marlo and Danger Mario as a whole. While he admits that Danger Mario initially funded MCPP, he forgets to mention the current and still standing financial relationship between MCPP, Rai, and Danger Mario. In case you guys are unaware, MCPP makes upwards of $50K a month. This $50K is split between Marlo, or Danger Mario, and Jai Guy. In exchange for making it the official server, heavily promoting it, and being the initial investor in the server, Marlo is privy to around 50% of the total revenue share. In case you are a bit skeptical, here is Marlo admitting it herself, and Rai claiming to make a living off of this split. So not only does Jai Guy still defend Danger Mario to this day, insisting that everything is fake, he failed to mention his direct financial relationship with Danger Mario. Now, if you take a look at the files, Jai Guy is mentioned numerous times and was clearly aware of everything going on. Simply put, continuing to support MCPP is likely still supporting Danger Mario, so I'd warn against it. But ultimately, it is up to you, the viewer, to determine what servers you play on and what ranks you buy. I see many people act as if the tier list is fully saved now that Marlo has been removed from a position of staff. It seems like many people are forgetting that Rai was personally handpicked by Danger Mario to act as their replacement. Not only that, they've been friends for over 5 years, and Marlo was responsible for initially unblacklisting Rai due to his previous behavior. Rai aside, Marlo still has staff in the server. Also, Rapture has still not been banned despite the overwhelming evidence against them. Personally, I believe this to be due to his identity of HideXL. Now, if the tier list was truly hell-bent on, improving their reputation and trying to distance themselves from this character, why would they keep Rapture, and why would they still fail to publicly denounce Danger Mario? Okay, now that we've established that Jai Guy was involved, Rai was involved, and Rapture Extra Large Fries was involved, we have to start thinking about how Danger Mario plans on responding to all of these allegations. Based on how they previously addressed the Danger Mario controversy, I believe that they will rely on attacking those presenting the evidence and attempt to garner sympathy with their audience by making themselves appear as a victim instead of attacking the tangible facts.
But you're not a girl, you're a guy. You better lie down, you're not well. Jerry, there's another problem. How are you gonna get away with this? I don't expect it to last, Joe. I wish I were dead. Oh boy. Oh boy, am I a boy. Now what am I gonna do?
We cannot let Danger Marlo get away with swindling the community the same way they did 2 years ago. Here's a quick reminder of everything that needs to be addressed in the response. Given the last time they were exposed, they resorted to attacking the accusers and baseless claims to debunk the already overwhelming evidence. So, here's what needs to be mentioned in their new video. The aim assist allegations, the macro allegations, the hotbar skip allegations, the scamming jackpot MC allegations. They need to explain why they stopped Rapture Extra Large Fries from being banned. They need to explain why Rapture is not HideXL, given the already existing evidence we have. They need to explain how the DMs were faked, if 5 out of 5 of their own tier list admins confirmed them to be real, and why 3 of them subsequently resigned when Marlo would not be banned. They need to explain how the DMs knew about their mouse software years in advance. They need to explain how the DMs mentioned their name change to Marlo hours before it happened. They need to explain how the DMs knew about the puzzle metaphor that they sent to Flame Frags. They need to explain why they joined a Discord server 5 minutes after Danger Mario asked them to recruit, how the DMs accurately predicted their entire community activity years in advance, how the DMs had access to thumbnails, video plans, and other details before they were released, how the DMs contained their word-for-word video intro scripts before the video was released.
Hey everyone. Today I'll be giving some insight on my experience within the Minecraft community as both a reputable player and staff member. It's important for me to make this video because I value a promising future for our community, and it pains me to see that it's currently engaging in a pattern of destructive behavior that threatens not only itself but also its contributors.
How the DMs knew about the AI voice months before it's publicly known, why they lied about using an AI voice, why they lied about a storm cutting their Wi-Fi off, why they were unable to change pitch in a call with their own admins, how the DMs perfectly recreated their speaking style, down to even specific details like their enjoyment of Cheerios and pseudo-intellectual mannerisms, how the DMs had access to non-public screenshots from their point of view, how the DMs knew about their ADHD diagnosis before it was public, and how the DMs referenced Dr. Donut's private $20,000 offer to buy the tier list. Remember, Evil Overlord, the individual Marlo assigned to defend her in all of my correspondence with her, and the individual shown in my previous videos, was one of the admins who verified the Telegram DMs are real. Think about it for a second. The tier list admins only stand to benefit from Marlo being vindicated, yet they all confirmed the legitimacy of the accusations in Telegram DMs.